What's up, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Elite POV, where we have, for us, our most famous ever listeners to an episode of Elite POV. I'm Phil, that's Kyle, and allow us to introduce the wonderful Sammy Guevara and Tay Melo. Welcome to the show. A long time coming. Very excited to have you guys on with us here.
Hello! Feel good to be back.
That's right. And yes, like you said, we're definitely, I'm a big fan. I'm always in the chat. Some people think, oh, that's not the real him. No, it's really me in the chat.
I was one of them.
Yeah, Kyle was one of them. For anybody who remembers that episode of Elite POV and thought that we were joking and playing around just to get you to get us some views and clicks and likes and all that stuff. It was not a joke. It was actually Sammy.
Yep.
It has to be one of the funniest things that ever happened live on a show. It's why you guys got to watch live.
Exactly. Got to look live. Got to go and hit the notification, hit the bell, all that fun stuff. Hey, I don't know. I got a cool channel too.
It's like you have a YouTube channel. Or something.
It's like you know how to promote yourself already. Well, speaking of things that you guys have to promote, some big news, and this is definitely where I want to start off the interview with because it has the wrestling world buzzing right now. Some huge news out of AEW this past week. Starting in March, and we looked for a date. I don't know if there's a specific date, but we looked. We even watched Adam Cole's promo from last night. No exact date, but the month. Starting in March, after AEW Dynamite, we will see AEW All Access, and it will feature a ton of wrestlers on the roster, even Tony Khan, which I think is pretty cool. But no more that get me excited than this wonderful couple right here, Sammy and Tay. So how excited are you guys?
Show, but they got the most important people right here.
Exactly. There you go. How excited are you guys to give us access to the professional sides of your guys' life?
We're super excited. I feel like when we decided to be part of it, we were thinking it was like, oh, it's a good chance to show people more about like our life and about us, and we got super excited. It was literally exhausting to film. Let me tell you, traveling and wrestling and everything and have them with us all the time, It's super exhausting.
And it was super cool because it's like everyone gets to see one side to us on AEW. And then with this show, we get to see more of like a real side to us or a side you don't get to see week to week to week. So it's kind of cool. You get to some behind the scenes, all the drama that goes on backstage because with us, there's always going to be some drama.
Oh, yeah.
Or what fans perceive to be as drama, because we know the stories that are made, it's unbelievable, especially with you guys. It's honestly out of control. But now, did it make it harder while you guys were filming for this with your vlog? Because I know that you guys give us a ton of access on the Sammy vlog every single week. Was it hard to kind of differentiate like, oh, I'll save this for All Access and we'll put this on the vlog?
I don't know how you felt, but I feel like the vlog is priority no matter what. So we told them like, we're going to do our thing and then you guys record it. You guys can film us. But like, if we do vlog, we're going to continue to do the vlog. So that's pretty much what I feel like we do.
Yeah. Like, because there were certain things where they're like, especially in the beginning, they're like, oh, well, we're filming this for the show. It's like, well, this is All Access. This is us in real life. This is what we do. So, figure it out. We're going to keep doing this. And then, you figure out how to make it different.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, in speaking of the vlog, before I forget, because this is one thing that I have to ask you guys. I know, Ty, the last time we did the interview, we talked about when I went skydiving and how you would be interested in that. Now, you didn't go skydiving yet, but you did something which I think is super cool and I'm super jealous of. When you guys went to Dubai, you did that insane zip line down.
Oh, my
God. The view was incredible. It was so cool to see it. How was it to be up there and to just have that moment of just like, oh, my God, I'm ziplining off a building?
Dude, I was more scared than her.
Oh, you can see in the video, which I think is funny, right? Because you're the crazy high flyer jumping off of, again, thrown off of blood and guts. And then you're more scared in that moment than she was.
I feel it's because I was super tired, like literally like super tired. We didn't have a lot of time in Dubai. So we were trying to do like everything that we could. And that day I was like, I just want to go to the hotel and chill for a little bit. And Sammy came up with this crazy idea that he saw on Google. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Because I want to go to the hotel and sleep,
I'm like, let's go do this. Then we can go to sleep.
Yeah. No, let's go. But it was super fun. Like, it was crazy. I was not as scared as I thought I would be. But, dude, when they put you up there and then you start to see it like, uh-oh, like, I can't go back. I'm here now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's where it hit me because I was like, I Googled it. I was like, oh, this looks cool, whatever. Then they kind of lift you up a little bit. And then you're just hovering there for a second before they like pull the thing or whatever. And I'm like, oh man, I didn't look at no reviews. I'm in Dubai, another country.
Yeah.
This is how I go. Like, this is it for me. Like,
it puts our zip line to shame. So I live in Niagara Falls, and they actually do have.
I did that.
You did that one, yeah. That one that you guys went in Dubai puts that one to shame. My God.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what are we doing? We have to go to a Dynamite next week. We could just be enjoying. We can go ride a camel or something instead.
Nope.
Like the idea of going off of a building. It's like it really all hit me at once. I was like, this is such a stupid idea. But now that we lived, it was cool.
It was a great idea, right? And you have that great footage. And listen, even though I jumped out of a plane, I think what you guys did is scarier because you're by yourself. I was strapped to an instructor. I couldn't move. I couldn't stop myself if I wanted to. You guys went down all by yourself. I would have been shitting bricks the whole way down. I would have been so scared.
Something right there. Skydiving. I've been skydiving, but Ty hasn't. So I think we need to change that.
She's got to go. And that'd be a great segment for the vlog.
How we do it?
The vlog, exactly. Not all access. Keep that in the vlog.
Yeah. Exactly. They already got enough footage.
No.
You're going to have to do like a betting or something and maybe do like a giveaway to see if Sammy's going to do like a 450 out of the plane.
Oh my God.
I want to do it because I had to do it tandem how you did. I want to do it like single, and I want to try to see how many flips I can do.
Just going down all the way.
That would be dope. That would be. Yeah.
But now, in talking of kind of the daredevil side of both of you guys, this past year of 2022 was great for both of you guys. You know, congratulations on the wedding. Congratulations on the new house.
Thank you. Oh, damn, my eyes.
Ooh.
But also professionally, Sammy, you had an incredible year in 2022. You, like I said, the blood and guts match that you had, that crazy spot, which I'll never understand how your body gets through all these crazy bumps you put it through. And Ty, how as his wife, you sit there and watch it and not cry yourself to sleep every night. But, you know, Sammy, speak on your blood and guts experience because you were in both of them to date so far.
Yeah, I mean, the first one, Jericho got thrown off the top. And I remember texting him in the chat beforehand, like really wanting to get thrown off. All these crazy things you see, like that's something with me and Darby. Like we do a lot of crazy stuff. And people are like, oh, man, like I can't believe they have you do this or you're agreeing to do this. It's our idea, you know? So exactly. Jericho took it in the first one. And then I got the opportunity to be in the second one. And I was like, hey, I texted him, I was like, hey, you took it last year, like this is mine now, you know? And we came up with how that happened. The thing that like I think that made the whole thing scarier was, you know, I took that nasty fall in the ladder match a couple months beforehand. And Ty and I had like a serious conversation about like not taking so many stupid bumps. And we go from that conversation to me telling her like, oh, I'm gonna get thrown off this cage. So
fall on the smallest thing you could do. Like Jericho fell on the stage, right? There was a huge area that he could have fallen on. You fell on like the ringside table.
Which is almost like the Japan table. It's that small.
Yeah.
Well, let's say I wanted it to be smaller, but we came to an agreement.
I had to fight with him like, no, we're trying to make it safer.
But it's wonderful. Like we talk on the show every week, how like you and Darby, especially Darby, you guys are just maniacs when it comes to the ring. But as fans, we appreciate it, right? You put your body on the line. And
we joke too. We're always like, Darby's definitely going before the show, going up to us. Okay, you need to do this to me. I'm going to go flying. Don't worry about me.
Oh, yeah. It's more monotone, but that's it.
Yeah. Now, the match, Sammy, you had with Cody, right? Like, how do you go into these matches preparing? Like, obviously, you take the nasty bump. There's that crazy RKO that you did off the ladder or the cutter in AEW that you did off the ladder. Like, how do you prepare yourself mentally for going into this knowing you're going to take these crazy bumps?
I mean, like, especially with that cutter one, it's like so much can go wrong. The ladder can kick back behind me. And so that's really all I'm thinking is, man, like, if this doesn't work out, like, everybody online, they're going to be like, oh, he botched it, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, if you're going to try to make history, if you're going to go and try to change the game, you got to take those risks. And sometimes when you take the risks, stuff doesn't work out and you botch it, so to say. But all I'm thinking in the moment is like, I just need to nail this. If I nail this, we're going to make some history. And I was so happy that it turned out. Actually, in midair, right before I get to Cody, I'm like, it worked. And they're like, oh, that was such a bad idea.
And then you take the nasty bump, which has got to be crazy. But on the other side of things, Ty, I know you had, since our last interview, you've had 2 tag team street fights. The one most recently that got the internet talking, because of course, wrestling fans always have to argue about everything. But, you and Anna are the street fight queens, right? You especially, you got the great shirt on, Shop AEW. But how does it feel to be now scaring Sammy? We're having these crazy matches and taking these crazy bumps and stuff.
Well, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Everything I go through, he deserves it a little bit. It's once a year, so he's fine, believe me. But it was fun. It was a cool match. Not as fun for me because
thumbtacks. She took thumbtacks. I've never taken thumbtacks.
Oh, it makes me cringe every time. Oh God.
It hurts, let me tell you. It hurts. And I told him, before the match, I told him, I don't want to think about it. In the finish, I will just pretend it's not there and I'm going to commit it for it. Because, if I stop to think about it, I'm not going to go. Because I was a little bit scared, for sure. I never took it before. And it sucks. It really sucks.
It definitely looked like it sucks.
Do you want to tell them what happened in the plane?
So we had to rush after the street fight straight to the airport because we had a red eye. And then on the flight, Ty's like, oh, my braids are so tight. It feels like something's stabbing me. And then she is trying to take her braids out. And then she takes out a thumbtack out of her head.
Oh, no.
Yeah, on the plane, she took a thumbtack out of her head.
Yeah, it was hurting so much, and I thought it was my braid. And I was like, "Oh no, I know what it is." It was all the way in.
Oh,
and I had such a bad headache. I was like, "Oh my God!" And I had blood in my hair because I had no time to wash my hair. I took a shower at the arena, but I had no time to wash my hair because it takes a long time.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the airport like this. So I just did a little crazy thing and went to the airport with blood in my hair.
See, now that shows everybody who thinks that the thumbtacks are not real thumbtacks.
I wish.
There's proof right there. It's funny you wish.
I really wish it was fake.
What do you even tell the flight attendant? I found a tack.
Yeah.
It was on the plane already.
Metal detector didn't work on you. Then.
Oh yeah, imagine, right? They pull you aside, you have metal in you. It's thumbtacks, summer wrestler.
It was horrible. It felt horrible. Honestly.
Now, do you feel a sense of pride because I know you haven't been wrestling as long as Sammy has, but it is really cool that now you have a specialty match that is all your own, right? Especially when it comes to women's wrestling. The women don't get, the last couple of years it's happened, but in AEW, the women don't get as many chances to do all the crazy specialty matches. But you and Anna have this title of being the street fight queens. And when there's a street fight, you guys are going to be involved. So how cool is that to have a match that's all your own?
I loved it. I feel I didn't know what to expect from it since the first one. And I told Sammy, I feel I found myself doing it. I don't get as nervous for a street fight as for a normal match. It's crazy. It's my blood's going. I want to be there more than anything. I want to keep going. I want more time. I want to do more crazy things. I don't really think about what can go wrong. I come up with so many ideas for those type of matches. Literally, it's crazy. The finish was our idea talking. I was like, oh, I want to do this. Help me how to get there. And then literally, I just love it. I really feel I found myself in those type of matches. And I'm telling you, I want to do one every month.
Don't say that too loud. GCW will be calling you real quick. Janelle will be on the phone. You'll be in
on TV every month.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, even the 2 street fights, her creativity with going into doing these different things because now you have all these weapons involved. she gets super creative. So like the things that you see out there, it's like she did some crazy stuff, but in her mind, she wanted to do even more.
Yeah.
And then it's like, due to time or whatever, wasn't able to do that. But there's always next year's.
So now, are you sitting there, Sammy, doing the same thing she's doing? Like, no, maybe a little bigger is the table, or maybe no, not that as many thumbtacks.
The thumbtack one, I was like, ooh, like, especially because she's basically taking on her face. So then I'm like worried about her eyes and stuff. Like the thumbtack goes in her eye, like thinking the worst possible stuff. And then like, especially when it comes to table stuff, it's like, you want the table to break too. And like, you just want everything to go the way it's supposed to. Because again, you know how stupid people are online, and especially because like women doing these matches, I feel like they have like an extra pressure on them to go and like deliver just as well as the guys, are better than the guys. And both times I feel like her and Anna definitely did.
Yeah, they both got standing ovations, and I think it's pretty cool that Ty, you're a part of this like kind of evolution of how the women are being presented in AEW. We know that out the gate they struggled a little bit, and even still there's struggles within the company of just giving you guys a second match on Dynamite, right? But I do love that you guys are given the opportunities to do these kind of crazy matches to show everybody, like Sammy said, you could do everything the guys do, which is really cool, right? Also, another cool thing that happened in your career last year, in regards to the interview we had last time, you got to be a manager in the Forbidden Door tag match that Sammy and Jericho had with Suzuki. So how was that? We know you're a huge Suzuki fan. Like, how was it to be like actually ringside with him and in a segment involved with him?
My God. My God. I will let Sammy speak. I'm not kidding. I was so happy for the whole day. I was so nervous. Like, I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, I'm here and he's like, I never thought I would have an opportunity to be like in the ring, next to him. I'm not having a match, but I'm there. I'm part of the segment with him, It was like, that's the better I can get. I never thought I'd be here. I was freaking out. Every time they look at me, I'm like scared to do something wrong, Like, I just want to be like doing the right thing. I don't want to be on the way too much. And I'm like, but I want to be close enough to get a cool picture.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty cute because like as we're all doing the entrances and stuff, Ty's like about to try to get out of the ring, and it's like I'm like telling her, like, oh, like there's your guy, like that's your favorite thing, like here for the photo, Yeah. So it's like, but she literally was like not wanting to be in the way. Like it was really cool to see because also it's like, we're all fans. I'm a huge Jeff Hardy mark and stuff like that. In fact, there's a funny story after the ladder match. I went up to Jeff like 5 times that night, and I was like, hey man, I was trying to outdo you today.
I was like, Sammy, you gotta stop. You already said.
But like, so to see her get super excited, it's just cool to see because it's like we're all fans here,
Yeah. And Sammy helps me a lot because like he knows the people that I really like to watch, and I'm a fan, like Shibata one day, and then I was so scared and like shy to ask for a photo or whatever. I just try to be like, hi, nice to meet you, and then go, and Sammy's like, no, Ty, come here, let's take a picture.
That's good. That's
picture
good.
with you. I'm like, oh my God, Sammy. But afterwards, it's like I'm so happy that I took a picture, So
how hard was it to not during Suzuki's entrance to not scream out that part in the theme song where everybody yells "Kaze ni nare"? How hard was it for you, especially because I was there in the building, and how hard was it for you not to scream that?
Dude, I feel like same thing with Jericho's music.
Yeah.
Dude, how do I do the entrance without singing? And I love the song.
Hard?
It is super hard. It's like it's not even fair. It's like, don't expect that from me. I'm a fan too. Come on.
like, because especially when the first inner circle or whatever, is like I was losing my mind acting like an idiot singing the song. Then it's like, all right, now I got to act a little bit more serious. But still, there's some times where I'm acting like an idiot back there. I'm like, oh, stop.
Yeah. Gotta like reel yourself in. But it's cool that you guys get to like kind of experience these things together, right? Sammy, you with Jeff Hardy, Ty with Suzuki. And now, Ty, you mentioned Shibata, right? Not only did you get to meet him, but you were there right backstage when he had the match with Orange, right?
Yes.
That was on that, because that wasn't as Forbidden Door. because Orange wrestled Osprey. That was on a Dynamite, right?
That wasn't on Dynamite.
Was that Dynamite or Rampage?
Or Rampage. It's the same thing. They
I
take
don't
the same
remember.
name.
It was on a Wednesday.
It was on a Wednesday when the match happened.
Yeah.
So how was it seeing him like actually? Was that your first time getting to see him wrestle like live?
Fun fact, I didn't even know he was there. Sammy told me. Sammy was like, you know
Oh my
who's
God.
him? Like, wait, what? No, you kidding me? He's like, yup. I'm like, no, 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 no. So yeah, I freaked out a little bit too. For
That's
sure.
cool.
It was
That's
insane.
awesome.
And he was like looking so cool with the
Extra
glasses
glasses
and
on,
stuff.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, how do I say hi? I don't know how to interact. I feel so awkward. Like, oh God.
Dude, it's funny she says this. That's exactly how I feel like trying to talk to certain people, like Jeff Hardy, for instance. Like, I've done bits with Matt in the vlog, and then there was a vlog where we're talking or whatever, and then Jeff's walking in the background. And Ty knows what like a fanboy I am. So she just keeps recording, and then we have like this little interaction on camera that in my mind, I was like, dude, I hope she's recording. And then afterwards, like, I got that. I was like,
Yes, right. But it's like when we met you guys in Chicago, right? I didn't know our boy Ant was going to be recording. Now we have that footage forever. So that's great.
Yeah. It's good to have people around that knows, you know? So like you have these like cool moments.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's super fun.
And in speaking with when we met you guys, I think that with all the hate that you guys get online, which, like I said earlier, makes absolutely no sense to me. Why people online think they know what's happening when they're not working there is beyond me. But you guys are known, or at least to us and for people who have met you, to be one of the best meet and greets and to have one of the longest lines at meet and greets. And I think that that's a huge thing that people need to realize and understand now. Do you guys take great pride in how much, even though with all the hate, your fans always make sure to show out and show you guys love, and we can have that great meet and greet experience?
I feel Sammy and we love doing meet and greets, right? Like I love interacting with people because I still not used to it when someone comes to me is like they cry or they're like, I'm your friend. I'm like, hey, I'm just a normal person. You're not like, don't do that. I don't know how to react. And like, I like to talk, as you guys know, you know? And then if I see a kid, it's like crazy. And then I just love to be there. When I see people like excited to see us, it's even better. I'm like, damn, people like me. Like, they're excited to see us. Like, you know, so it's funny because we never forced anything. It's not like, hey, it's meet and greet day. We got to be nice to people.
Yeah.
It's literally like just how we are in real life with, you know, people. And I feel like we are never in character when it comes to meet and greet. We don't like to do that. You know, I know some people choose to do that. Like, no, I'm going to be in character. It's meet and greet. I'm working. It's my character. With us, it's hard. We just like to be cool with people, to make friends. And, you know,
how am I going to be an asshole to some kid that's like saying he's and when
I
it's
can't.
impossible.
So like, it's cool, like, because it's not the first time that we hear that. People always say like, hey, everybody like loves you guys. The meet and greet experience is like super nice with you guys. So we're happy because it's not something that we're looking for. It's just, we're just being us, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a natural thing. And it's funny because I remember I met Sammy once in Queens at Wrestle Universe, and your line was like around the block. And it's funny because it's like if you go on Twitter, you would never think it, but it's like here we are. All the love that you guys get with that.
Cool. And I always try to remember because like there was times where nobody was coming, even when I was at shows and I'm selling like my merch or whatever. Like, no, I'd sell one t-shirt that night, if that. And like I remember those days, and I remember thinking at the time, like, it's not going to be like this forever. Like, let's remember this time because it's like, it's not going to be like this. And so the fact that anyone cares enough to go and wait in a line that's wrapped around the building to go get an 8x10 or a picture, it means the world because it wasn't that long ago. People weren't doing that. And so I don't forget.
That's awesome.
Now I'm going to assume you guys aren't a fan of the people that, you know, show up at the airport with about 20 of these at 4 a.m. and say, can you sign each one for them, please? And shove it in your face.
She's respectful.
Yeah.
You know, like, and the worst part is when they get mad at us.
Oh, yeah.
Because believe me, there's people that get mad at us and start saying like shit back to us. And I'm like, what do you expect? Like,
dude, it's something. This one stuck with me. He's like, Yeah, it used to be cooler before. Yeah, before you got where you are. I'm like, bitch, you didn't even know who I was. Like,
Yeah.
talking shit.
You didn't have 15 figures for me to sign. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Like, and I ranted.
Really annoying.
I ranted. I don't know if it was ranting on a show or just to Phil in general. I was like, these people are human too. If it was me, if I'm the wrestler and it's like 4 a.m. and I'm getting off like a red eye, I don't want people shoving action figures in my face.
Yeah,
I want to get
especially-
to the hotel as fast as I can so I can get into bed as fast as I
You're
can.
pulling thumbtacks out of your head as
Yeah.
they're handing you an 8x10. Let me
It's
sign it with my blood.
Yeah, we love to talk to the fans. Don't take me wrong, but like, I don't feel those people are fans.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
You know,
There's a
I
time
get
and a
mad
place.
because it's people that are trying to sell stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like, come on, you're taking out of my pockets. I'm putting my body in the line. You know,
Yeah.
I'm getting some tags on my head, and then like, you think it's fair for you to go to the airport at 4 a.m. and I need to sign something for you to sell?
Yeah. Oh, not even one
I
thing,
always
10
say
things.
like, hey, we have to take a photo. Do you want a photo? You know, and then they get mad. They don't want to take a photo with us.
Yeah.
They want us to sign and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Like I've flown before and I've seen wrestlers that are there waiting and like, that's me. I don't want people to bug me. I put my headphones on. I don't need to bug them. I'll see them at the meet and greet. I don't got to bug you at the airport.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
It's crazy because they camp out there. I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, I've
Isn't
seen
it
it.
scary how they get that information, like to
Yeah.
begin with?
Yeah, it's super scary, especially us. We never like, we always try to go in different times, you know, we never keep going on the same days or at the same times. We always change so people don't get used to like our times and stuff.
Yeah, smart.
And they still
Are able to find
I
it.
don't know how.
Now, in regards to the figure, we saw Ty's figure. So, Sammy, I don't know the exact math on this, but Sammy, you have to be tied with Cody, or maybe even more than Cody, for having the most AEW figures out there,
Yeah.
right?
what?
There's so many that you have, and even to the point where you have Target exclusives, which I still have not seen in stores. It is very hard up here for us to get the exclusive figures. But how does that feel to not only be immortalizing the figure, but to be one of the most figurized wrestler on the roster, and then have exclusives and stuff like that?
Man, it's super cool. Again, like I would always be a kid at the store getting like begging my mom to buy me a figure. I remember I got this great Khali one. He was taller than all the other ones. And I'd be like, one day this is gonna be me in the package. So it's super cool. And to be able to be it's only me and Darby to have a Target exclusive. And him and I
No
are
way.
the two young guys in the company from the originals. And so I feel like him and I, with our style and the way we were, I feel like him and I weren't given anything. And the fact that we literally busted our ass and used our body to try our best to get ahead, and it worked. And that we got the company's faith and the people's faith to go and give us Target exclusives, because, you know, he could have gave that to Jericho or maybe an easier sell, but they had the faith to like, these guys, let's give it to them.
Which is awesome, right? And it just shows that the company's behind you guys, even with all the negative stuff that may be out there. It shows that they still are supporting you guys, because you are awesome in what you do. And you know, do you feel, the both of you, do you feel like a sense of pride when it comes to not only the meet and greet, seeing that, but like when you guys have your matches, you come out, your heels, you're getting the crowd to boo you, right? You're doing your job on that sense. But then even if people are booing you, you're going to do some crazy move in the match that gets the crowd to go crazy, right? We were at All Out, you know, I was at Grand Slam. And when you guys do your moves, even the people in front of us who are booing you guys, saying super nasty things, are now cheering for you guys. Like, do you take pride in that, being able to win the fans over with your hard work in the ring?
Man, it's actually pretty funny, because I feel like for a moment I get them to forget that they hate us.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh wait, no, you both still suck. Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
It
like
is funny.
in the street fight, for instance, she gave Ruby the pile driver through the table, and it's like made the people go crazy. And the fact that, like, especially because they were like the last match, Rampage, the main event, and it's like that the crowd's already seen a lot of wrestling at that point.
Yeah.
And so to make them still go crazy at that point, it's like it gets them to forget, and then they remember, and then it's like, no, never mind. It's like, no, I already got you.
Especially that the double team move you guys did at All Out, right? Where you do the flip power driver.
Into the Canadian?
Into the Canadian, right? Is that something that took a lot of practice to get the timing over? Or is that something you guys were just like, let's try it?
gonna tell them.
Yeah, tell me.
So I never did one before. Never.
Wow.
And then I was like, this is such, who had the idea? I don't remember. I don't remember who came up with the idea. And I was like, I want to do it. And then we
Why
tried
not?
in a different way. And I was like, oh, let's try this way. And then I felt more comfortable. We did literally in the same day. I tried in the same day and I was like, I think I can do it. And then we just pray.
And like the thing is like she nailed it like twice, good. And then we tried it a third time, and then it wasn't so good. And then a fourth time wasn't so good. Then the fifth one, it was like, okay, she nailed it. But it was like, so it was like 50-50 where she was nailing it and not nailing it. So when it was time, it's like, fuck, I hope this works out, you know?
Yeah.
Soon you'll be like Penta, and you'll just be able to do it in your sleep.
Oh yeah. I
And then
wish.
people online would be like, she's doing too many Canadian destroyers.
Yeah, I was a little bit scared, but like it's just like, no, I gotta do it. I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it right. And then you just pray and go. Don't hesitate it. Just go for it.
Mhm.
It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
It is cool to see you continuing to kind of push your limits, right? It started with the moonsault in one match, the crazy stuff, the thumbtacks, the Canadian destroyers. Any idea on like where you would want to go next? Like top rope moves you want to try or something like that?
So Sammy and I were training, and I was able to do what's the name of it?
Shooting star.
The shooting star a couple
Whoa.
times.
No
Okay.
way.
Yeah, like literally, that was for what? For the first street fight, right?
Yeah.
We went to the trampoline park. We knew about the street fight a day before. That's
Yeah.
when they told us the night before. So the day of the street fight, in the morning, we woke up early and we went to a trampoline park. And then I was like, I want to do something different. And Sammy was like, let's try the shooting star. And I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to do that. He's like, yes, you will. So I tried a couple times. We went to a platform in the trampoline park, and I was able to do from like not the trampoline, from the what's the name of it?
It's kind of like a little platform thing
Yeah.
where people
Okay.
like sitting on this like bar.
So
But
it
we had
was-
them
Oh,
bar. So, and we moved it out of the
Yeah.
way, and then she would jump off of that thing.
So it was like pretty much if it was from, the top ropes or something like that.
okay.
So I was able to hit it a couple times,
Mhm.
but unfortunately we didn't have the space to put in the match.
And that's what I was talking about. She has like all these other ideas she wants to do, but then because of time or whatever. So that first street fight was crazy, but she wanted it to be a lot crazy.
Oh yeah, I had so many crazy ideas, but we didn't have enough time. But yeah.
Which, we're as fans, we're super excited to see just, all the great ideas that you and Sammy are going to come up with to each other. Hopefully it gets to a point, well, I guess not hopefully in the sense of health and safety, but, as fans, you guys are going to get to a point where you're going to start to try to outdo each other now. It's going to be the competition within the house.
Oh, impossible. I'm telling you, I'm not as crazy. I try some stuff, but not as crazy as him.
Let's see if I can learn some like cool like transitions and stuff. Then then I feel like we'll be even.
Yeah.
Yeah, teach her how to do the Phoenix splash, get to an even
I'll
level.
teach her that. That'd be have the 6:30.
Oh,
That'd be crazy, right? To just pull it out of nowhere.
I'd never do it again. I'd be like, it's not mine no more.
Yeah, it's hers. But so Ty, you did say on your Instagram, I think yesterday, you were answering fans' questions. You did say you did sustain a back injury in that street fight. Is everything okay? How's the healing process going?
Yes, like I have a protrusion on my back since
Okay.
judo. So it's something that I've been dealing with for more than 10 years by
Mhm.
now. So I know how to go about it. So before the match, I start feeling a little bit, and the doctors in AEW, they're super good. I told them, they helped me to see it if I was okay to do it. And then they asked me, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. Let's go. I'll never say no, let me tell you, unless I'm really dying. And then I was like, I'm in pain. I knew I was like in pain the day before. Let me tell you, I couldn't walk.
Yeah, it was bad.
Literally, like I couldn't walk. At the airport, the walk was so long, we had to get a wheelchair for me
oh
wow.
no.
because I was not able to walk for too long. It was really bad. And then it was getting better. The doctors helped me a little bit. So the day of the match in the morning, they were helping me with massage and stuff. So I was able to do the match, but after the match, I knew it would suck.
Yeah.
Because I was already in pain. Literally, like, all the girls and everybody was so nice, and then like helping me because they saw in my face, because I'm always super excited. I was excited, don't take me wrong, but like you could tell that I was in pain, and I'm trying like to kind of hide it and not let people be, worried about me. And I'm like, nah, I'll be fine, but people know. Yeah. And then after the match, I checked everything. I went to the doctor, a couple different doctors, and our doctor in AEW. So I'm not cleared for now, but I will be like really soon. I'm good already. I want to be cleared already. The doctor is trying to hold me a little bit to make sure I'm 100%. They told me I will be cleared in the next couple of weeks, so I'll be fine.
Do you guys ever wish, and I was thinking about this earlier when I saw that you had the back injury, as wrestlers, do you ever wish that AEW would take the approach of kind of listing your injuries like pro athletes? Like, hey, the reason you're not seeing Sammy and Ty is because of this real life injury. Like, there's an injury report. Obviously, kayfabe and storyline aside, right? You don't want to ruin that. But in the sense of like, your feud with them is over for now. Can we list Ty as injured so the fans don't think, oh, they're not using her for whatever reason, or like maybe you're just not getting booked? Just a thought.
I never thought about it. That's the first time, I'm really thinking about it. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know, like, I feel to have this answer, I really need to think, like, what could go wrong and bad about it? And right now, I don't know.
You think it's, like, too much behind the curtain?
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Because it's like, if we know that's, like, the real deal, like, after this thing, we're going to list everything. It kind of takes away if they're trying to do a storyline or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what's next. Yeah. So it's hard, like, and it's also like some people don't want people to know. Yeah. Okay, I'm okay to coming to my social media and saying it, but like even the doctors and everybody's like, they respect that part a lot. It's literally like, do you want us to say something? Are you okay with us like letting people know? Which I appreciate, because like some people don't like it. I have no problems. That's why I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to say it. I have no problems, but we never know. People are different. So it's kind of hard.
Yeah. It's like sports teams too. Like the teams will have like their top athlete. They never actually tell you what their injury is. Sometimes they'll like in hockey, it'll be like, so-and-so has an upper body injury, but they don't actually say what part of their upper body it is.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Now, on some good news, right? So on the last show, Ty, you talked about not being able to go home to Brazil during the pandemic. You've gone home to Brazil a ton of times, which is great to see. Your dad and Sammy are best friends now, which we love to see.
My best friend.
Yeah. So how is it for you to be able to have this open travel to go back and forth to Brazil and that they love Sammy now?
Dude, it's crazy. First, because like my visa require me to go home every 2 months now.
Oh, really?
Like, I gotta go home. Which is like super good and super hard because every time I go home, I miss work. So if I'm in the middle of a storyline or something, it's super hard for me to deal with it. Like if I need to go somewhere else, like Mexico or whatever, it is hard to deal with those things when I don't have control of my visa right now. Yeah. We're trying to work on it. But and the other side is like, I got to see my family every 2 months, So it's literally like super fun. Sammy is loving it to go to Brazil. We got to know a lot of different places. We always have fun. My dad, my whole family loves Sammy. Like my grandma, she's 94. She's a sweetheart. Like I love her so much. And she started to have like Alzheimer's. So, and she knows it. It's the funniest part. She's like, I already asked you this 5 times, huh? I'm like, yes, grandma. And then she's like, I cannot forget his name. He's so nice. He's so cute. And then she starts saying like, Samuel. Like, it's so funny. It's so funny. They love him. Like, I never saw that. My family never loved someone like that. It's a joke in the family. My mom gets mad at my dad because I have a sister and she's married. and my dad doesn't treat her husband
That's the way.
way, and they're together for 10 years plus. So it's so funny.
No, it was even funny is like, because you had to go there like a week before I went.
Yeah.
And they're watching whatever match I had on that Dynamite. I think it was the tag match I had with Chris versus Ricky and Andretti. And her dad is like, isn't it crazy? He's on TV right now, and he's going to be here on Friday. And it's like, hey, you know, your daughter does the same thing.
Yeah.
They literally forget that, like, I do the same thing as Sammy. For them, it's like, Sam is just like, you know.
Superhero.
Whoa.
I'm like, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take a swan time off Blood and Guts to win him back. It's the only way to do it.
They said, but then when she calls her mom all bloody and whatever, then they're like, the blood's fake, right? And she's like, no,
No.
real blood. And they're like,
But is Sammy okay?
Yeah.
yeah, you know, those are real thumbtacks. And they're like, what are you doing?
Dude, it's funny because, like, my family, they're like super religious, right? And they don't curse or things like that. And then Sammy goes there and he teaches my dad the bad words, you know, because my family doesn't speak English. And then Sammy's making a joke with my dad, and it's in the vlog, and out of nowhere, my dad realized what it is because I'm translating. And then my dad's literally like, fuck you. I'm like, oh,
Usually the bad influence goes the other way. So it's good that like you're influencing the parents this time.
it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Now, were you scared, Sammy, when you guys, I know when you guys first went back, you shot the vlog and you went to Ty's old gym. And I remember the scene where you're like in the cab and they're like, don't film. And you put the camera down. Was that a moment of like, oh no, this is like real. Let me not.
So, yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know I'm really getting myself into, because Ty's telling me like certain things where like, I'm going to die. And then the cab driver, he's telling us that like, if my flash is going off, I'm going to get shot. So I'm really like trying to understand the situation. So it was an adventure, and I really like when it gets dangerous. That's where like, ooh, what's gonna happen here?
The good content. Let me turn this flash off real quick and at least get the audio.
Camera rolling, you know.
Yeah.
The vlog,
Yeah,
right?
for the vlog.
Yeah,
no,
right.
it's a great time for sure, because it's all. I remember we stopped at a very like I don't know, very ghetto McDonald's one time, and there was a bunch of crazy people everywhere, and Ty was freaking out. She's like, we got to get out of here right now. I'm like, let's just act like we belong, you know? Even though I'm super pale white guy here.
Yeah.
I definitely look like I probably don't belong. But his adventure. I love it.
Yeah, he's crazy. I'm like, you know, I used to live here. I know what I'm talking about. So please listen to me. And he's like, it's going to be fine. I'm like, no, it's not. You have no idea how things, you know, go here. Like, you cannot do a bunch of things. He almost, literally, my dad, there was one day, my dad was so nervous because of Sammy. Tell them what you did.
So, like, I was getting a drone shot, and then the wind started to pick up, and it started to take the drone away. And then the drone was about to die.
And Sammy was by himself with my dad.
Yeah, they went inside the store, and we were outside the store. And then it started to like take it away towards like this neighborhood that was in front of us past this like highway area. And then it was dying. So then it fell, or like it had to land. And then I kind of saw where it was. So I was like telling her dad, I was like, I got to go over there and get it, because like it's going to get stolen. And he's like, hold on. Like, I got to go get Ty. And I'm like, there's no time. So I ran and just went on my own to go get the drone.
Mind you, my dad has no idea what he's trying to say because he doesn't speak English.
Oh my God, no.
My dad is freaking out like, I need Ty. I don't know what to tell. My dad calls me, Sammy, wait that way. I'm like, wait, what's going on? So he's like, the drone. And then he's trying to tell me what happened. I'm trying to run. And I'm like, fuck, something bad happened. And I went there. My dad's literally like shaking, desperate, because Sammy just like took off. And then it's dangerous in Brazil. Like, people see him, like, you can tell he's not from there. And you don't know where like you're going. You know, we have places that you cannot get inside. And then my dad's freaking out. My mom and my sister start crying because like they think something's gonna happen to him. And I'm like, my God, I'm gonna kill Sammy. literally, I'm gonna kill him. So we found him and everything was fine. But let me tell you, it was insane.
So Kyle's from Canada, right? But let me just, as someone who's from America, born and raised, that is the perfect representation of Americans in other countries. We always almost get ourselves in the most trouble ever, not realizing the danger that is around us. It's super funny.
Insane.
A positive side of Brazil was, Sammy, is there any Brazilian maybe like food that you try for the very first time that Ty introduced you to?
I mean, there's so much food that we ate over there. It's like she just shows me all sorts of different places. Super good. I love Brazilian food, and every time we go there, I have the best time ever because it's like picanha every day. If you guys haven't tried picanha, try it.
I've never had Brazilian food.
Sounds good though.
It does sound good.
You make it sound really good.
That.
Yeah.
We all gotta go to some Brazilian spot next time we all see each other.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
100%.
Sometimes I get sick of Brazilian food, and he's like, I'm not kidding. Sammy wants to eat Brazilian food every day.
Every day. Let's go.
It's because you never have it. That's what it is, right? It's
exactly. Maybe once I get like 20 something years of Brazilian food, then
you'll be like, all right,
yeah,
let's slow down a little bit. But now, speaking of,
start on me, that's what it is.
That's true. Of being in other countries, you guys did win the AAA intergender tag team titles, which ties your first title in the industry, which is really cool and amazing to be able to share that moment with Sammy. So how did it feel to win those titles for the both of you guys?
Dude, it was insane. I cried. I literally cried after. I'm like, is this really happened? You know, like it was insane. And at Triple Mania, like a big show, there was like a lot of people there. And in Mexico, I love Mexico. Everybody knows that I love Mexico. So it was really important, like, and super special to be getting my first title with my husband in Mexico. Like, it was meant to be, you know, like, it was really good. Like, it was such a special moment. I'm super grateful for the moment that we're able to have together. And I hope we can do it more times.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like Triple Mania, she did WrestleMania, Double or Nothing, Triple Mania. So I don't know how many people actually can say they did that. Yeah. But that's pretty badass.
It is cool.
Now, so funny thing, Sammy. So there's discourse that we have on our show.
And you still thinking the same thing,
right? We're both thinking the same thing.
Something just happened. They both are like on the same wave.
So in the AEW fandom, there's always the argument: what is AEW's version of Wrestle Kingdom, Mania, all that stuff? So your boss in an interview once said it was Revolution. Okay. As fans, I was at All In. I was lucky enough to be a part of that show. So to me, it's All Out because it's what came after. But you're saying Double or Nothing. Is there
Double or Nothing? Because
it was the first show.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it has to be Double or Nothing. We got to do it in the T-Mobile Center Arena, whatever, this past one. It was a huge show. We got to do the meet and greet stuff. Some of the pay-per-views we don't do the Fan Fest before. I don't think we did it Full Gear. I don't think we're doing it this year either. But Double or Nothing we always do, and I think we do it at All Out as well. So maybe All Out or Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing.
It's so great that you brought up. It's like the funniest thing we say all the time. Like whenever a huge match gets announced for Revolution, we're like, it's AEW's
WrestleMania season.
Well, that's what it is, man. We only got like 4 pay-per-views. So really, Tony, especially, he tries to stack every single one up. And I feel like, that's what he always does. Like, I forget how many matches were on Full Gear, but and I don't know how many. I think because of this Iron Man match, there's less matches at Revolution, which... as of right now, because the running joke between us is Revolution's going to be 8 hours long.
Yeah, so we're like press conference starting at 4 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah,
just make sure if I'm on it, put me opener, so then I can.
So you can leave.
Who the hell's going to watch a fucking Max match?
Yeah. No, I laugh. Don't talk about me.
That's it. Sammy versus Max next. For the title, let's get that book. But so Ty, while Sammy goes away for a second, a good question that I have for you.
Yeah, Max is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Flip it.
Yeah, right. We got to put that out there. Yeah. So Ty, during this past year, with the marriage and everything and all the stuff you guys have gone through, you actually became a licensed nutritionist coach. How amazing. Congratulations on that. What inspired you to take this journey of wanting to, I mean, obviously you guys work out for your job and you're very passionate about it, right? But what inspired you to kind of take this next step to be the nutritionist coach?
So I feel like Sammy can tell you, I'm always thinking about the future, right? Always. I didn't finish my degree in Brazil because I had to come to US. I was like, there was 6 months left to get my degree in law school. And I was not able to finish because I had to come to US to be signed with WWE. So I always had that in the back of my head, and was also something that I didn't regret it, but I wish I could have done. So I was like, I don't know, whenever I have time, I want to do something, so, but I never had time to do it. And then I stopped like making excuse for it because I feel that's what I was doing. I'm like, oh, I don't have time. We never have time to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make time for it, like sleep less. I don't know, figure it out. And then I feel that's what I decided to do. And Sammy was super supportive, like, because I was doing classes on Sunday, our day to be together, So I was like, hey, love, I want to do this, but it's going to take, away our time off and we don't have much. And Sammy was super nice about it. He was like, hey, go for it. I'm going to be here helping. And then that's what we did. Like, it was kind of like hard some days. Like I had to be after Dynamite getting my computer and then literally not taking a shower, doing my like things on my computer too, like late night to getting a flight. And then it was a struggle, let's say, but it was super worth it. I'm happy about it. It's just, I want to think about the future. I don't think I will be doing wrestling for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
My body is not able to take that. So I want to be prepared for the future. That's pretty much what it is.
No, and that's one thing, like, because wrestling's always been like the thing for me. And then everything else, I didn't really have much. But she showed me I actually did have goals and whatnot. It's like things that I didn't even see. It's like, oh, yeah, I do want to have a house. She's like, right there. You want to have a house? Like, that's a goal. Like, there's stuff outside of wrestling that you would want to do. And so she definitely helps me with that because it's also like wrestling's a dangerous thing. You never know what can happen tomorrow. And especially with the crazy style. So, she opens my eyes to like all these different businesses we can do and all this different stuff. And so I feel very grateful for that.
And how cool is it that you have a free nutritionist coach living with you, right?
Oh, dude, it's the best. Also, she's a good cook too. She's been making picanha. Did I mention that picanha is good, guys? Did I mention that?
Yeah.
You're making me crave it.
You need a sponsorship. We need to get you a sponsorship on the blog.
Honestly.
Please, because that's
Well, you did, Ty, you did inspire me because with your story of, I know how busy you guys are and I'm actually going back to school myself as well, right? Because my job is offering to pay for it. So why not take advantage? And I'm thinking to myself, if Ty can get on her computer after pulling thumbtacks out of her head, then why can't I go back to school and better myself?
Congratulations.
So, that's awesome.
Thank you. But yeah, so as we come closer to the end, I have two questions. One, a little insight that I would like from you guys, but other one, the fun one. We'll end on the fun one. But so a little bit of insight. How has it been, especially with you, Sammy, because you've been working with him from damn near day one. How has it been being in the JAS for you, Ty and Sammy, and getting to work so closely with Jericho on all the stuff that you guys are doing?
You want to go first?
Yeah, it's literally like a dream, I told Sammy, and I was like, dude, I don't even know how to react. You tell me, I don't know how Jericho really likes stuff. So I was a little bit scared in the beginning, but it's so good to work with him. Like my promo for NNI for the street fight, we recorded some stuff and I was not really feeling comfortable. So I went to Jericho and Jericho watched it. He's like, let's redo it. And then literally it took him 5 seconds to come up with a whole new idea and make me find myself like the real feelings that I have about my real life to put out there, like the best of me,
Oh wow.
And I really feel that was like a super nice promo that I did with Anna before the street fight, because it was real. Jericho was like, hey, come here. You know about street fight? You're born in Brazil. Brazil is a street fight. How do you feel growing up there? And then he just started like triggering things in my head. And I'm like, hell yeah, fuck that. I'm the street fight, Like, and he just come up with this, like, it's easy for him. It's my story. I was, born there and I couldn't think about it. I don't have the experience, yet to come up with those things super quick. And it's such like a positive thing to have Jericho with me, like learning from him all the time, and then being able to ask questions, and everything that happens, it's like, hey Jericho, I don't want to bother you, and he's like, you're not bothering me, come here, I'm here to help you guys, so now I'm way more comfortable. So every time I need help, I don't even like hesitate. I'm like, hey Jericho, I'm like, hey, I need help with this. Hey, help with this. I'm like, it's really like special to be learning from him. He's such like a good mentor, and I'm trying to take advantage of the time that I have with him for sure.
Do you remember
That's awesome to hear.
When you were doing the promo, they're like, yeah, you guys could say something like, you guys are a pretty look, but you're also badass. Like, it was so stupid. And then Chris is like, what the?
No, make it real. Like he sees things in a different way. And that's why he's Chris Jericho, right? Like, that's why he's still in the top right now. It's his mindset. The way this guy see the business is just something else, It's amazing. And I'm grateful to be learning from him for sure.
It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, 100% same. I mean, that I should have gone first because her answer was way better. Mine, I feel like I've said it before. He's the GOAT. I've gotten fortunate enough to be with him since pretty much the start of Dynamite. And for whatever reason, he's taken a liking to me. And I've tried to do my best to show every single time why I'm putting a group with him, from the Inner Circle to now the JS. And I got to say, the Inner Circle is fun, but the JS guys,
something
super
else.
Fun. Daddy Magic, Cool Hand.
They're hilarious.
Anna, you, Chris, Jake,
Anna.
Super fun.
It's literally a family.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Cool.
We all write in this group chat, just messing around, sending each other funny stuff. Like, it's a great time for sure.
Do you guys ever struggle not laughing during anything Daddy Magic or Angelo Parker say? Because watching it at home, I feel like every time, especially Daddy Magic, right? Every time he says something, it's just like, how do you not laugh?
Yeah, his commentary on Dark. Oh God, I can't watch the match because I'm listening to him and I'm pissing myself laughing.
Dude, there was the 3-box. I was trying to think of it. At Rampage, there was a 3-box that is going to air today. And Garcia is with me in the 3-box. And he literally, Andretti says something. And then me and Garcia just look at each other. And he makes this face. And I almost completely like bust out laughing. And I can't because the camera's rolling. And I'm just like, my face. There was another thing too. Like the cameras were off. This was like 2 weeks ago. I act like an idiot with him. I give him a big hug or whatever. He surprises me. He outdoes me acting stupid. He gives me a kiss on the cheek. I just start bursting out laughing. And I'm like, stop. Like, what?
Dude, they're the best. For real, though. Like, because sometimes you're in a group and you're not necessarily, like, get along with everybody. And, it's just, like, you need to work with people. And that's okay. But no, I feel like the whole group, everyone, there is not one person that it's like, oh, like, we don't get along. No, it's literally like we are family. Every time we're together, we have a blast. Like, we have so much fun.
Love that.
Like,
if anyone was on the boat and came to our meet and greet.
Yeah, the Jericho cruise.
Yeah.
It's on the bucket list.
That was a blast.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it was such a cool moment, like having everybody together. The girls are so funny. Like it's just like we complement each other. I love it.
We were so close as like a full podcast team to booking the next Jericho cruise, but then we realized the 4 bunk rooms are just 2 bunk beds, and it's 2 guys, 2 girls. So it's like, I don't know. We might have to switch this up a little bit, right? Maybe bring our significant others with us, because it'd be a little tough. But yeah, Sammy, you've been in some incredible moments, right? I was at that Double or Nothing show, when the first show after COVID, right after the pandemic, when you were allowed to bring fans in. I just remember you coming in and running from Spears, like just cool moments like that. It's cool to see that you were in the beginning getting these great moments working with Jericho, and now here you are getting some great moments. Like I'm sure your match tonight with Andretti is going to be incredible, because
it's going to be crazy. And I got to say, I know he's not in our group or whatever, but that kid's super talented to be thrown in the spot that he is. Like, I honestly, I didn't know who he was a couple months ago. And then Chris brings out this guy because of a promo he did on an episode of Dark or whatever. Like, his story is so crazy, and to be thrown in and match with Chris and then main event player like that. And he's been killing it, and he's got a hell of a future. This is going to be a hell of a match tonight on Rampage.
Watch it, well.
So I
can't wait.
Yeah, the people who were there in that building live, I saw on social media, were giving it a lot of love. So I definitely can't wait to watch it. But before I ask my last question, Kyle, anything you want to ask them?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah.
When you send me the questions, I'm like, well,
yeah. We think alike, so we come up with the same questions. But the final question that I want to have some fun. So I remember last year, at one point, somehow you used your special husband powers to get Ty to dress up like a Dragon Ball Z character to go see the Dragon Ball Z movie. Now, I just want to know, for my own self, because I love anime, right? And who didn't love Dragon Ball Z growing up, especially around our age, right? So, Ty, do you have a favorite character? Did Sammy bully you into watching Dragon Ball Z enough where you have a favorite character?
Okay. Let's think about it. Never thought I would do this. Like, literally never saw myself dressing up to go to a movie. You know, like
a cartoon movie, like
Dude, my whole life, all I did was training. I never really watched TV. Like, literally, I'm not even joking. I'm starting like watching a bunch of stuff now with Sammy, because I was never like, into those things. I remember there was like a bunch of interviews that I did before, and people were asking like, your favorite character, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have one. I'm boring. I trained for my whole life. I just don't. And then Sammy made me do it, and I was like, my God, that's how I feel like we get along super well. I'm more like responsible with outside stuff, but I get too much, I think too much about the future, and I'm thinking about business and open up our stuff and then worry about taxes. And Sam is more like, hey, you can do that, but you can enjoy life.
Goku over here.
I never really got to enjoy life without like worrying about the future. And with Sammy, I feel like I do that a lot. So when he told him, I'm like, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then when I watched the movie, I loved it.
That's
it was
clutch.
surprisingly, like, I was like, Sammy, I really like this. Like, I don't know why, but I really like this.
It was a really good movie. I felt like the story of superhero, like, they gave Piccolo a lot of shine. I felt like it was a really, really good Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah, like, I don't have a favorite because, like, I don't know much yet, right? So I'm still trying to figure it out. But I really enjoyed the movie, and I feel like right now I'm more like into like those things, because Sammy's always like, hey, look at this. Let's watch this. So like, it's been fun, I'm trying to like enjoy life a little bit more. Cool. For sure.
That's a sign of a strong marriage, because my wife is a banker. So in our marriage, she is the you. She is the let's think of the future. And you guys see in the background all the stuff that I have, right? Like, I'm a huge nerd, big wrestling fan. And we went to Comic-Con the second or third year we were together, and she dressed up like Harley Quinn and I was a Joker. And even then she looks back at the pictures, and she'll never do it again. I'm happy we got a picture of it. But it's cool to see that. And so, Sammy, is your favorite character Goku?
Honestly, I think it's Vegeta.
Nice.
Because I feel like Vegeta's always chasing to be better than Goku. And it's like, I feel like that's me. I'm always, no matter what I got, I'm always chasing like to be better, to do this or whatever. So definitely Vegeta.
Nice.
So why is my cat's name Goku? and not Vegeta?
Because
Because Goku is like the staple.
yeah.
Goku is like
Also-
one of the greats, you know?
This is why me and Phil are the same. We
Sounds
both
like
have the same
vegetable,
character.
and I know you don't like vegetables, so
Yeah, true. I was a future Trunks guy.
Yeah.
All right. That was my guy.
I love Future Trunks. I wish
Yeah.
they would do like another movie or something
Yeah,
with
something with him. Yeah. I mean, just being a teenager, right? At that time, he's like a teenager. He comes, I don't know, that was just me. That was
He's
just,
Super Saiyan. He's from the future, time
Yeah.
travel.
he had the cool jacket. Like, it was a little short, but he pulled it off. You know, it was fashion forward.
I just remember marking out as a
Holy
kid.
level, strong, dude. Now we're just nerding out right now. and I love
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Ty,
remember-
just remember, if Sammy ever goes, cool, you like Dragon Ball Z, now here's this giant box of DVDs I have. Now we got to start getting through it. It's your fault. You
Dude,
should
all
have
my pop figures got delivered the other day.
Don't say that.
I got so many toys right now. It's awesome.
It's
Listen, this
insane.
is like 10% of what I have. Everything else is in the attic that I'm not allowed to put out. So
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like we have boxes and boxes and boxes. We have 2 rooms with boxes of like toys.
don't worry, for anybody who watches the show and who knows me, I'm actually having a kid this year. So this room will not look like this in 9 months. So
Are you serious?
yeah.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
this
when
is
did
great.
it get born?
Went in September.
Oh my God,
Hey.
I gotta go there. I'm inviting myself.
All right, hey, come.
And he's naming it Sammy.
We got to ask the wife first. You know what I mean?
No, I totally understand.
It's gonna be if it's a boy, we have a name already. If it's a girl, we have a name.
That's
Oh
cool.
my God, I'm
Yeah,
so excited. I love
Yeah,
it.
Yeah. So Sammy, I'm sorry for putting that in the atmosphere.
No, that's awesome though, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. But we want to thank you guys for joining us in another interview. As always, you guys are amazing. I like to end these interviews with some nice words, right? I think that with all the hate that you guys get online, I think it's important to know that that's such a small part of the fan base. I know you guys see it at your meet and greets, but even for the people who can't make it to the meet and greets, right? The people who are just in the stands cheering for you guys or at home, know that you guys have an incredible amount of fans out there who love and support everything you do. I can't wait to see All Access and hope and pray that this will be the start of like the going back to when people loved both of you guys, especially you, Sammy. I know Ty gets a lot of hate, but I feel like a lot of the women get the hate in the business, but so it sucks on that level. But for you, you were one of the biggest baby faces in the company. And for something that people weren't even there to witness live backstage, they've turned on you, which sucks. But I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for this year. You guys always deliver when you're out there, and I appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you guys.
Thank you
Appreciate
very much.
all. It's been fun, and I feel like the fans they're coming back.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
little by little.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody needs to have, they need to have villains. And then I feel like we're good at this.
Yeah, you're
People
good.
like to put everything on our backs, and
Mhm.
we decide like to do with it. And we're grateful for the opportunities, for the booze, for the cheers, for everything. We're living our best life for sure.
Mhm.
Like right now, we know like how to do with a lot of things that we didn't know before.
That's good.
So we're grateful for every opportunity. Thank you for having us. Appreciate you all. And I'm gonna be back soon.
Hell yeah. She's gonna be back. We're gonna get the world titles. Fuck MJF.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. We got to get
You
both of
wanted
you some
positivity.
titles.
Sorry, you wanted
Yeah.
positivity. My bad.
Well,
Wow, we want it all.
me and Phil are going to be the drivers of the Ty and Sammy fan club. So don't you worry about us too.
Yeah, and hopefully I can go. So you guys are going to be in Connecticut in March for WrestleFest. Fingers crossed I can make it to that because I'm only like 40 minutes away. So,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
dude, that'd be cool.
so hopefully get to see you guys
Send me
there.
a message so we
Okay.
can see each other over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys again for coming on. And here's to a great 2023.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Thank you.
Cheers.